I think the entire of yesterday and this morning, I'm getting a barrage of calls from you, my colleagues, asking what prisons is going to do because we are torturing inmates. And the justification is that the president said we torture inmates and keep them and deny them trial. I have this to say. Please, let us listen to these speeches so that we generate constructive questions. One, His Excellency the President, the Fountain of Honor, has the prerogative to give guidance at any time and to anybody. And if I listened very carefully, he was talking of those officers who are choosing to use the law to do the things which are not accepted in the law. He did not say Uganda Prison Service, Uganda Police, Uganda UPDF. He said officers in those agencies who are doing things which are not acceptable will not be tolerated. The statement about people in a prison, he said a prison is not a store for tortured people. That did not mean that it is prisons which tortures what? People. And to the best of my knowledge, every time we are getting instructions in court for those who say they are tortured and need treatment, we get instructions to have them treated. And when we treat, we give the report back to court. So, please, sometimes you need to spare me by trying to understand that what the president did was in order because he's the fountain of honor. When he gave the guidance, yes, the guidance must be taken. And you can be 100% sure that the heads of those institutions whom he referred to were keenly listening and will implement the directive as it is. But like we say, irrespective of reading the Bible and the Quran, we never stop repeating the same stories. So there is no harm when His Excellency tries to repeat and even bring back the instruction he gave some time back to remind the officers on duty. And I don't think there is anything wrong. But let's stop turning and twisting a very straightforward explanation or talk by His Excellency the President. And for that matter, prisons policy does not condone torture of inmates. And whoever tortures inmates takes personal responsibility. Because we are one of the most compliant institutions to the laws of this country and the Mandela rules, which is the minimum standards of keeping offenders. And the record is very clear. So I am doing this to clear the air. I hope now you are not going to continue bringing the same things. And misinformation is a problem. That's why I'm telling you. Last week, somebody from, I hope we have somebody from Chimp. Is it Sky what? Sky News. Wakes up in the morning, breaking news. Draru has been released. Draru was released in January. This is August. And you think you are breaking news. There is one person I think I even talked to rudely. When he said, why didn't you tell us? He said, why should I tell you? What stake did you have in Draru's case? How many people do we release per day? We release over 1,500 people per day. How many do you know of? So sometimes you ask too much. And when you ask, please, take the real facts. When you say breaking news, Draru released, everybody thinks he was released yesterday. That's a distortion of fact. So we are there to help. If you have information you need, we can give you, as long as it is supposed to be given. But we take all matters pertaining to prisoners according to their private concerns. If a prisoner says, I don't need coverage, you are not going to say you must be covered. That is another abuse of their rights. So I think we are at a very simple and understanding levels. Allow me share the numbers of especially the capital offenders who urgently need justice. And the committees, we have committees. Those are people who are alleged to have committed felonies and have finished their mandatory period of 6 months, and they have been committed to the High Court and have been waiting for trial for now a minimum of 2 years. These are 4,440. Implying that if our justice system was very fast, these ones would all be on trial, or they should have concluded trial, because since they were committed, it's now about 2 years. And also we have a category of those who have finished their mandatory period of 6 months on remand, but are awaiting committal or bail or acquittal. And these are 2,472. So all these, in essence, are part of what is contributing to the congestion in prisons. And we are of course appealing to the justice, law and order sector stakeholders to have to expedite on these cases, so that we either have convicts or these people, their fate is determined, to ensure that they are served. I am always here warning people. Irrespective of warning people, some people still come to my office claiming they have been conned. I don't know what ears they use, or I don't know what means I should use. For those of you who were observant, last week, somebody created a platform saying that the Human Resources Department of Uganda Prisons was inviting applications for those intending to join prisons as graduates. And it was fake news, because all senior officers entering the service, the ones who run the advert are Uganda Prisons Authority, not the Human Resources Department. And then too, we already have 3 categories of people who are in the chain of recruitment. The first category are the cadet ASPs, who are supposed to be completing their course this month. The second category are the recruit warders and wardresses, who have just started their training and I think haven't gone even halfway. The third group, which is supposed to be the incoming cadets to enter the camp when these ones in camp have gone out, have already moved more than 2 stages. Actually, they did the submission of applications, the shortlist was made, the aptitude was conducted. They were only unfortunate that when they were supposed to do the oral, which requires interface with the boards, that's when the second lockdown came in. And therefore, the oral interviews could not be conducted, but those who had passed the aptitude, the record is very clear. Anytime they are going to be invited to do the oral interview and then proceed for medical examination before they can finally join the service. So anybody responding to some of these fictitious platforms, you are going to be a victim of your own failure to listen. So kindly listen and follow these interviews. We come here to give information not as a joke. We are here to give information as a matter of principle, to share, to avoid dubious practices and dubious people representing the institutions. So there is no such a thing called new recruitment of prisons apart from those people who are already in the chain. And even those who are in the chain don't require to pay any single person any coin whether mobile money, whether pay, nothing. Don't pay money to anybody for recruitment into Uganda Prison Service, because these are government jobs, these are merit jobs. You only need to present your credentials and you will be considered, not the money. Somebody telling you like that, pay me the money, I take it, then you will be considered. When they con you, don't run to my office complaining that you are conned. That is your choice. And actually, the truth is that when you come, I will congratulate you and say bye-bye. When you choose to use a wrong means, and you land in a wrong destination, you pay the price for that. And prisons cannot be responsible for you choosing to be dubious and deal with dubious people. So let's do what is straightforward. Ask the president, what did he mean? If you didn't understand, go and ask him. But I am telling you that in the functions, in the mandate of the institution I serve, torture is not provided for as what we must do. And what I was clarifying is that a number of times people who appear in court claiming torture are not coming from the prison, but are actually asking to go to prison. What we need to understand is that not every place where they hold people is a prison. For us, the prison starts from court. When a magistrate or judge says, I am sending you to prison. Don't ask, you look for them. I'm also looking for them like you.